Hello there gamers. In today's video I'm going to be talking about Take-Two and Rockstar's upcoming game GTA 6 that's coming out November 19th, 2026. He was at a conference the other day and he was interviewed by one of the gaming outlets about what does he think the pricing is going to be on GTA 6. He said he's not 100% sure yet on how much the price is going to be for Rockstar's upcoming game GTA. He thinks it's going to be $80, but he's not 100% sure yet. Hang on now, I had to pull it up here. He also talked about the thing about doing the next LA Noire game. The first one, it was a pretty much like a noir star detective game, but this is the LA Noire game he was talking about. But yeah, he mentioned that in the interview because he also mentioned LA Noire. But I'll talk about LA Noire first, and then I'll get back to the GTA 6. It says Take-Two boss Strauss Zelnick isn't rolling out a new LA Noire game. The answer broadly, he says you never know. There's a glimmer of hope for LA Noire 2, he says. And right here he says, they ask him, could we ever see a sequel to LA Noire? The detective adventure game from Rockstar and the non-defunct team Bandai remains a beloved and popular title, and though it's been nearly 15 years, there still are tiny signs of life that could come back. Yeah, they mentioned that a few years ago. They were thinking about doing a sequel to the game. Now, Team Bandai, they got let go by Rockstar, but I think another company, smaller company, is going to be making the next LA Noire game. But yeah, they came out back in PS3. It was ahead of its time, with the facial the facial expressions and the people you had to interrogate. Like, you had to tell by the way they were showing the expressions on their face if they were lying or they were telling the truth. I mean, it was pretty amazing. Like, I couldn't believe the tech that they used in it, but it was pretty cool for the time. They were ahead of its time on that game. He said, adding, you never know, that's according to GameFall. He continued his answer, speaking about the publisher's plans for all its properties. The answer broadly is we're looking at doing something in the future with all of our intellectual properties, but nothing to announce, he said. Yeah, so he's looking at the old titles. I'm hoping they make a new bullet game that was pretty much like your high schooler, and it was like in the vein like the way GTA is, but you're in a high school. And also like them to do a Midnight Club game. I think the last one came out in 2007, 2008. It was Midnight Club LA. That was pretty amazing too. They need to bring that back. But the main focus now is GTA 6, which is coming out November 19th. He continued his answer, speaking about the publisher's plans for all properties. But he said there's nothing to announce, he said. So while this isn't some big tease that an LA Noire 2 is on the cards, it does sound like considerations are being made. If any news were to come out about the series, it would come from Rockstar rather than Take-Two, he said. The original game launched in 2011 and sold millions of copies, but despite its success, has yet to spawn a meaningful follow-up. There was the VR Case Fault spin-off of a PSVR in 2019, but there's no sign of a proper sequel. He also noted he also said Aaron Williams, who played lead character Cole Phelps in the original, said in 2021 that he never heard a word about another LA Noire game. Yeah, so that came out. They did a remaster on PS4. back in 2023, I do believe. But yeah, they did a remake for that game. Now to go back to the yeah, now I'm gonna pull it up here. I gotta see now. Oh, here we go. Just pulled it up. Yeah, he had this post CEO of Take-Two and Rockstar. Take-Two was owned by Rockstar. They're like a smaller company, a smaller division that makes smaller title games. But it says right here, Take-Two CEO addresses Grand Theft Auto price and the possibility for more LA Noire. Speaking at the conference for video games exclusives, Take-Two CEO Strauss Zelnick addressed the much debated question how much GTA 6 will cost. He declined to confirm the game's price, but hinted away from the potential super premium price point that has been floated in the past. Yeah, because a lot of people think it's going to be a $100 game when it comes out. But I think they came out and clarified that it's going to be just an $80 game, but they're not 100% sure on it yet. But yeah, it's my most anticipated game of this year. I'm a big GTA fan. Consumers pay for the value that you bring to them, and our job is to charge way less of the value delivered, Zelnick said. How you feel about something you buy is the intersection of the thing itself and what you pay for. Consumers need to feel like the thing itself is amazing and the price they were charged was fair for what they got. He went on to mention that the game pricing has actually gotten cheaper over the years, a reference to the fact that major game releases have been priced at $60 or at most $70 for more than a decade, as compared to greater rates of inflation seen in the wider economy. If you look at it through the lens, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but that isn't the lens through which we would look. Instead, we look at how do we deliver something amazing, and how do we make sure that what people pay for it feels very reasonable. He also said that he's terrified of the question of how to measure the success of GTA 6, but that he and the teams are more focused on delivering a fantastic experience than worrying about how it performs. And he went on and said, what we think about is making the most spectacular piece of entertainment on earth in history. He said it's a pretty daunting challenge. If we do that, if we were of service to our customers, then the upside will take care of itself. He then said he did follow up with a quick question that he does think a lot of people will be calling sick on November 19th. Yeah, because we're saying that's going to be big game, like biggest game in the entertainment history ever. I think they also said they cost them $3.5 billion to make the game. So you know how massive it's going to be. I'm pretty excited for it. Elsewhere in the talk, Zelnick gave some hope for fans of a LA Noire that a sequel might happen one day. Yeah, I just said that at the beginning of the video. It just keeps going on about LA Noire. And I believe that's it. But yeah, he said right after GTA 6 now, they're going to be going back to the backlog and see what game they're going to be making next. I'm hoping for either a Bully 2 or a LA Noire 2. But yeah, if you haven't played LA Noire and you got a PS3, I recommend, or even a 360, I recommend picking up a copy. I'm pretty sure you can get a cheap copy for $10-15 now. But it's when it came out, it was pretty well worth the money. But yeah guys, that's it for this video. If you like this kind of content, please do me a huge favor. Like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and until the next one.